Friday's statement comes more than a week after Pope Benedict XVI left the Vatican in the first papal resignation in 6 centuries. In recent days, cardinals have been holding preliminary meetings known as General Congregation in Rome to discuss the state of the Roman Catholic Church, spend time in prayer and lay out the priorities for their next leader. The conclave will begin Tuesday afternoon as cardinals enter Sistine Chapel after celebrating a pre-conclave Mass. The chapel is currently being prepared for the event, including the installation of a communications shield that will block electronic communications. Some Vatican watchers have speculated that this could mark the first election of an African pope, such as Cardinal Peter Turkson of Ghana. But in interviews, cardinals have named Cardinal Angelo Scola from Milan, Cardinal Marco Illet from Canada, Cardinal Odilo Squer of São Paulo, Brazil, and the Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan. Dozens of cardinals, however, could be in the running. The conclave comes at a critical time for the Catholic Church, as its flock is dwindling in Europe, its historic center, while growing in Asia and Africa. The Roman Curia, the decision-making center of the Vatican, is divided after scandals and infighting. The widespread sex abuse crisis has hurt the credibility of church leadership worldwide. The Church's geographic shift has altered the makeup of the College of Cardinals. Whereas a century ago there were only a couple non-Europeans in the mix, today a substantial chunk of the group comes from North America, as well as Asia, South America and Africa. Those changes have been visible in recent days as the more outspoken style of some U.S. cardinals has met resistance from more typically tight-lipped Vatican officials. On Wednesday, the North American contingent canceled a daily press briefing, citing concerns by the General Congregation about leaks to the Italian press. Some cardinals have resorted to Twitter accounts, blog posts or radio appearances to reach parishioners with messages back home. In a blog post published Friday, Cardinal Dolan said cardinals have spent the past few days discussing issues including preaching, charity, defending the dignity of marriage and protecting life. He said the cardinals have also discussed corruption in the Vatican, sexual abuse and money, but those topics haven't dominated the agenda. Conclaves were installed centuries ago in order to rid the voting process from outside influence. Next week will be the 10th since 1903. The total of 115 cardinals will be involved in the process of choosing the new pope, with only those under the age of 80 at the time of Benedict XVI's official resignation being eligible to vote. They will meet in the Sistine Chapel and be housed in a closely monitored residence inside the Vatican City, the Casa Santa Marta. While some papal elections centuries back lasted years, conclaves held in the past century have wrapped up into 2 5-days. The March 12th start gives cardinals time to choose a new pope before the March 24th beginning of Holy Week. Several cardinals gathered here have expressed a desire to spend the final week of the month at home with parishioners, rather than in Rome. The cardinals can vote up to 4 times a day with breaks for prayer if the process extends beyond a few days. In order to become the new pontiff, a candidate must secure 2/3 support, in this case, 77 votes. If a round of voting comes up short, ballots are burned and black smoke rises from a stovepipe installed at the chapel. The public knows when a new pontiff has been selected because white smoke rises from the chimney and the basilica's bells toll. Other clouds have gathered over this year's conclave. Last year, Benedict XVI ordered 3 cardinals to carry out an inquiry into a leaks scandal that exposed infighting and wasteful spending by top officials inside the Vatican. The Pope's former butler was convicted by a Vatican court for stealing papal letters that offered a glimpse at the disarray. He was pardoned by the former Pope in December. The findings of the 3 cardinals who won't participate in the conclave because they are over 80 are contained in a lengthy tome that is now locked in a safe in the former Pope's sealed apartments. This is an area that only Benedict XVI's successor can enter.